Hello and welcome to Big Bore Knife and Gear. Today we are going to talk about the bug out. So, my good friend Rusty lent me a bailout and a bug out to check out. The bailout, fantastic all-around knife. The bug out, pretty good knife, pretty fantastic knife, but there's one issue that will ever prevent me. I shouldn't say ever prevent me. There's one issue that will prevent me from owning one, and we will get into that. I'm trying to stay positive. I don't want to come across as a jerk. So let's get into some specs on this, and then we'll go from there. This is the bailout, model number 537GY. It's got a stock weight of 2.05 ounces, an overall length of 8.07 inches opened. It's got a blade length of 3.38 inches, cutting edge of 3.125 inches, the blade thickness 0.09 inches. Blade steel on this is CPM 3V with a pretty nice, beautifully coated gray blade. Blade style, as you can see, is a Tonto. It does have a very nice flat grind on it. Clip on this bad boy is mini deep carry, tip up only, left or right side. The behind the edge thickness on this particular blade is 0.026 inches, and the handle material, just like the bug out, is Grivery or FRN, however you want to call it. Just like the bug out, it is textured, fits really good in hand as far as no real slippage issues. The black and gray color configuration on this is fantastic. I absolutely love it. Lock mechanism on this is the access lock, which Benchmade does very, very well. If you guys know about bug outs and bailouts, they're very close. Bailout's a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. The bailout also comes with a pommel, which I removed. Has an aluminum pommel on there. And I had installed, just like on the bug out, a geared titanium backspacer from Rockscale Designs. And just like the bug out, in my opinion, this actually improved the overall looks of this knife. The little geared backspacer is raised slightly above the scale, so it actually does hit you pretty good and give you a little bit extra grip. So let's get into the good. Just like the bailout, or excuse me, just like the bug out, this is a pretty fantastic, everyday, lightweight, easy use knife. Just like the bailout, it melts away in your pocket, weighs next to nothing. I hardly even noticed it was there. Super easy deployment, super easy close. You can finger flick, thumb flick, slow roll. Just a great overall design for an everyday carry knife. So, with that said, let me get into the bad. Well, in my opinion, the bad. In my opinion, why I'd never own one of these, mostly because of the size of my hands. I did carry this for a few days, about a week. The first day and a half, I did use it to cut some cardboard and some paper. light use stuff. No issues on the coating. The blade is still razor sharp. But I found myself very disappointed very quickly. Reason being is this obnoxious hump. Thumb ramp, thumb stop, whatever they want to call it on this model. For my size hands, it is nothing but a sore spot. If I hold it like it's supposed to be held, thumb here, my grip isn't very secure, first off. It's forcing my hand in a weird shape that's very uncomfortable when you go to use it. It puts a lot of pressure on my thumb. If I choke up a little bit on it, it's still pushing into my thumb, leaving a big gap here. Actually put some strain on your wrist muscle. The only way that this knife is comfortable in my hand is choked up so far that my palm swell here contours that, and it actually feels decent this way. But let's be honest, who the hell uses a knife like this 99% of the time in this position? One thing that really irritated me is this. There's the blade stop. You can see where it's at. The blade engages and stops just like it's intended to. But check this out. Look how much of that blade is cut out and ground down to engage that stop. Now watch this. Let me close it slowly so you can get a glimpse here. The very, very top of that blade is what engages the blade stop. And you have at least 1/8 of an inch of gap down there, which is more than enough to move this stop pin down, make the handle just like the bug out, nice and flat and straight across, and then this would be a friggin' extraordinary knife. Again, this might just be because of my extra large size hands, but that one thing, that one little minor thing for some people, major thing for me, is going to prevent me from ever buying a Bailout. And that's a shame, because it's actually, for what it is, a fantastic knife. If I had smaller hands, probably wouldn't be an issue. But I just can't get over the fact that unless I'm choked up damn near to the point where the blade's going to cut my finger and my thumb is all the way up here, that's the only way this thing was actually comfortable in my hand. Without putting my thumb on there, the ergos on the handle itself, fantastic. Now if I walked around and used a knife like this, no worries. No hot spots, actually feels good, but who the hell does that? Not me. Standard grip, absolutely horrendous. Choked way back, not even worth it. It's so uncomfortable in the hand. It's so awkward. It would be dangerous for me to actually do any sort of real work with this knife. I get the fact that the Bailout is the black class for tactical. But Jesus, come on. Let's look at this again. Honestly, you've got a 3/8, at least 3/8 of an inch, maybe a little bit more of a cutout on that blade to engage the blade stop, which, by the way, engages right at the tip of that, right at the upper edge of it. Come on, baby, focus. I just hit the camera. My apologies. So you have all that extra room. For the love of God, for everybody with big hands, Benchmade, please shave it flat and move the stop pin down 1/8 of an inch. You've got plenty of room. Anyhow, that's my little rant. Stupid little things like that really just turn me off. I shouldn't say turn me off. It does, but that's not what I'm trying to get my point across. This is a fantastic knife for most people. It would be a fantastic knife if I had smaller hands. This would be a fantastic knife if it was larger. Then this hump would not be an issue for me. I just can't see myself ever spending the money to put this into my collection when I can't honestly use it. Anyhow, that's all I have for today, folks. I guess the main takeaway is this is a great knife, well built, fantastic action, great design. But for people with larger hands, I don't know if you have the same issues as I do. Leave me a comment, let me know. But what a shame for me personally, because I can never own this knife. That's all I got for today, folks. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment because I love the feedback. And until next time, take care.